Welcome to another interesting episode of Mike's Success Story, right here on City Right Television, where we tell you the story the African way. And today we are at Kendrill Fashion Center. Not just a fashion center, it's also into catering and other skill acquisition. And the reason we are here today is because he has been able to start a business from scratch and been able to build himself up and others as well. For the past 2 years or so, he has trained hundreds of young people for free. Yes, for free. So we are going to be meeting him so that he can share the secrets of his business with us and how he managed to start this business without any support. My name is Mitch Anyabwa and this is City Right Television. Stay with us. Success Story will be back after the break. Yes, welcome back, and like I told you, this is Success Story, and Success Story, we seek out entrepreneurs, business men and women, especially the young ones who started from scratch and built an empire. And when I say an empire, as long as you have been able to empower not just yourself but also people have now started earning from you, both skill acquisition, both in salary and other, palliative that has been given us to the community. So, yes, this is Mr. Kennedy Obiwan. Mr. Kennedy, it's my pleasure to meet you today.
Same here. You're welcome.
Okay. So, who is Mr. Kennedy?
Mr. Kennedy Obiwan is a young Nigerian who comes from Umoji in Idemili North Local Government. Schooled all through in Lagos, born and bred in Lagos State.
Wow,
that's so I kind of, after schooling, I kind of tried to build up what people think is not possible. And having that zeal and the drive to have a business and starting it from the scratch without any support.
Wow.
Because most times people feel for your business to grow, you need loan from the bank.
Exactly, that's what I thought.
No.
So, how did it all begin?
I started with the little I have, rented the office. I was able to put one or two things in place, bought some little machines. But as I proceed in doing my business, whatever profit I make, I put up a percentage and reinvest it back to the business.
Wow. Wow. Okay. I want to ask, what are the business? What is the nature of the business?
I'm into fashion designing. We also train people how to become a fashion designer, both male and female. I'm into makeup. We also do that training too. Hair making, photography. We cover events.
Okay.
I'm also into baking and catering, which is we have 6 skill acquisitions in this building.
Wonderful. You said it started from scratch.
Yeah.
I believe you didn't just accidentally join into the fashion industry. So it must have been inspired.
Yeah, I come from a very fashion freak family.
Okay.
My mom and my dad are fashion freaks. So it's in the blood, even till today. So I also started by selling materials. I started with selling of materials, Ghana materials and other materials. Take them to the north, to Jos, Kaduna, Abuja, sell, come back to Lagos. Then I said to myself, it's time to expand this business. And I said, okay, fine. I looked at locations. Lagos is highly competitive.
Yes, very.
Highly competitive. So I said to myself, okay, let me come to the east. So after going through Anambra, Imo, Abia, and I came to Enugu, I said, oh, good. Enugu is a more calm place for me to start up this business.
Yes. Okay, but another thing is you mention of something like you don't need a loan.
Yeah, you don't need a loan.
Bank.
Yeah.
So, can you just give us some of those tips that we never, because Success Story, the purpose is to encourage those who wish to venture into
all
business.
You need to do in business, once you have a capital that can move you to about 40% or 30% of what you want to do, start it. Rome was not built in a day. Okay. So when you start it, make provisions of reinvesting back
from the profit.
Because when you spend your profit, you have nothing to invest back.
Okay.
And if you're not careful, the business goes down.
Goes down. Okay, so I have encountered some people who served some, maybe the master, and immediately they settle them. The first thing they do is to employ more hands to pay them salary from the. Is that a wise decision to start?
No. Like when I started here, I knew I had staffs. I had a little challenge. So I went back to my drawing board. I had to do away with those I feel are not needed here. So before you go into business, check your cost of expenditure. How much are you going to pay for staffs at the end of the month? How many staffs do you need? Do you actually need 4 staffs, or do you need 3 staffs to do this work? So you need to call down some staffs who are not yielding fruits in the business.
Okay, that's okay. So when you said you came from a fashion freak family, so basically you were inspired by them?
Yes.
So when did it occur to you that you could actually make a name out of this fashion business?
Right from when I was in school.
Kendrill is no longer just about, go to tailor shop.
No.
It's a brand now.
It's a brand, yeah.
It's a name. He has made a name. He has, even in wrong ways and all that.
Yes.
So when did it occur to you that you're going to make a name out of this?
When I was in school. Because I remember
primary.
Secondary. So I remember telling my mom, I won't work for anybody. I want to start my own business. And she was like, will you shut up and go back to school? When you're done, we'll talk about that. So immediately I finished school, I went into the fabric business.
Immediately finished secondary or
University. I went back to fabric business, and I was making good money. So I was keep saving my money while planning for the bigger one. Yes.
So what did you study in school?
Business management. Business management, yeah.
And no wonder now. You see, this is the way you are explaining.
No, apart from that, my mom is a businesswoman.
Okay.
And I started doing business at the age of 11.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
So my mom always leave the big shop for me to take care of. And I'm not the firstborn. My brother is not interested. To tell you, I don't have time for this. I want to go and play ball. So I was busy doing the business. So I have so much ideas on how you could start up a business and become successful. But every business has its own hard times. Yeah, hard times. But what you need to do is when those hard times come, put up your own pressure and say, no, you can't pull me down. I created you. I need to move up.
Okay. I like the fact that you said you could actually teach somebody how to start up a business.
Yeah.
Now, we have younger ones watching us right now.
Okay.
Can you just give them like the 5 basic things they need to know before venturing into any business at all?
1, they need to prove over the kind of business they want to do.
Okay.
Every business has high rate of competition. Every business. So you need to be sure which one your instinct is telling you to do. You don't copy people's business.
Okay.
Many people have failed in businesses because they copied other people's business. Everybody has a destiny. And your destiny lies on the kind of business God wants you to do. So if you end up because Amaka or John was excelling in this kind of business and think it will favor you, it might not favor you. Secondly, you need to dedicate your business to God. Without God, no business functions. God is a businessman. If God was not a businessman, he wouldn't have told us to pay tithe and pay offering. He said, from that profit you make, give me my own.
Okay, I see.
But that is the truth.
I see that.
God made you to make 1,000. He said, bros, give me my 100 naira from that your 1,000. Okay. It belongs to me. I allowed you to make it. So God is also a businessman. So you need to take that business to God. And thirdly, follow your instincts. When I started this business, 80% or 90% of people I know told me it will not work.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I thought I was actually the only one seeing some of these things because people have said they told them it's no work.
It won't work. They told me. They said you're wasting your time going to Enugu. I bet go find something else to do. But today when they call me, they were like, Jesus, we never believed this will work. Because when they were saying those things, I locked my ears. Because I had a vision and I have a mission. So once you have a vision and a mission, don't listen to anybody. So far your mission, your vision is positive, you're going to make it.
Okay, just before we continue, you've given us number 1, which is pray over it. Secondly, take it to God. Three, follow your instincts. So, so when you talk about follow your instincts, how do you know that this is actually what is your mind is there? Because you have a conflict of, because somebody will tell you this won't work. This person will tell you this won't work. And then you begin to have a very confusing state of mind.
Yes.
So how do you discern which particular one is actually the voice that you expected to hear?
Everyone has a passion. When people come here to learn skills, I always tell their guardian to allow me to talk to them. And the first question I ask them is, what is your passion? What skill do you have passion to learn? Because when you are growing up, there is a passion you have for a particular skill, for a particular career. So which one is it? I see some of them say, no, I want to be a fashion designer, but my auntie wants me to learn hair making.
Okay.
And I say it won't work. That's when I will call the guy and I said, it won't work. You spend this money and you won't benefit it. Allow him or allow her to do that which he wants to do. So your instinct is your passion, what you want to do. And that didn't start the day you wanted to start that business.
No, it was innate.
It was innate, years back before then.
So, number 4. So we have 5 things.
Okay. Number four is you having that drive. That when the obstacles comes to the business, don't allow people push you off from the rail. Because everybody who doesn't want you to progress is waiting for you to complain. Once you complain, it's an opportunity for them to say, I not tell you that you do not work.
I see.
So, and if you listen to that voice, you just say, "Beg, let me forget this business."
You said, don't try.
Don't try.
Life not with that rest.
But once you have a vision and a mission and you're passionate about it, push more. There's obstacles in every businesses. Just push more, jump over it, and you're free.
Continue.
Yeah, continue.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
Many people of these days do not want to follow this same path you followed.
Okay.
Because it seems like it's a long
It's a long one. I've been in this for 23 years.
23 years. Okay, let me just
2000, yes.
let me ask this question, which is
Yeah.
actually obvious. The
Yeah.
answer is obvious.
Yeah.
So, would you consider yourself successful in your career?
Highly. Because I know most people that I met in Enugu who have shut down. They were here before me. They were here after me. They've shut down. But I'm still alive. I'm still working.
Okay, aside from Kennedy, Kendrick Fashion,
Yeah.
we also have Kendrick Studio.
Yes.
We have Kennedy Care.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to ask you.
But that one will have answered your fifth question.
Yeah, okay,
Because
fine.
the fifth question, the answer to the fifth question is, as you're progressing in life, look for people you can help. It will sustain your business.
So that was what gave birth to Kennedy Care. So what did Kennedy Care actually do?
Kennedy Care Foundation is created to help the needy, the less privileged. The needy is not somebody who is 1000% poor or totally poor. You might see a youth who has passion to learn a particular skill, but him or her doesn't have the money to start. It doesn't mean the person is poor. So what you need to do as an organization or someone who has a foundation, bring the person in and give them the skill for free.
Free?
Yeah. For the past 2 years now, we're able to train close to 130 or 135 people for free. In different skills, yes. There is proof. I have my form here.
Wow. You see, like when we set out to start this program called Success Story, the idea was this. There are unsung heroes. There are silent achievers.
Yes.
There are silent philanthropists that do not shout it.
Yes.
So we felt if these people could actually start from scratch, this could actually be an avenue to address the issue of fraud in the society among the youth the get rich quick syndrome that is taking over the youth right now, the shortcut to success. Is there anything like shortcut to success?
No, you must pay a price.
You must pay a price. But these days, why is it that the young ones, the youth, no longer want to learn skill?
I think it has to do with impatience and laziness. Because once this two comes into somebody, greed takes over.
Okay.
You want to be where you're not supposed to be. And I think the government has a lot to do. The churches has a lot to do. These two organizations have a lot to do when it comes to youth. If the churches can partner with organizations that train people for different skills, if the government can do the same, you see that the amount of youth we have now, some of the youth wants to learn these skills, but nobody to help them. So they don't have a choice than to run into the wrong hand, trying to make money fast. But if provisions were made available after secondary school, if you feel after secondary school you don't want to go to the university, you want to learn a skill, please go to this office, pick up a form, write your name, tell them the skill you want, and start
so
immediately.
Talking about orientation now.
Yes.
Early orientation.
Good.
Okay, just like I said, I may be one person, and I may not be able to do everything, same as you. But that which you can do, you must not refuse to do it to help the society.
Yes.
So for all intents and purposes, is there anything, would you like to offer the viewers out there, maybe offer for maybe one or two persons to come and learn skills for free?
Yeah.
So what's your offer for the youths watching you right now, especially since for the past 2 years, you said 2 years, but I know it's more than that, because I remember when I came to Enugu, we first had a movie where I know almost everybody participated.
Yes.
We call it Candy Crush.
Candy Crush, yes.
I remember. And I also remember there was a time there were free movie production training.
Yes.
I also remember there was a time we had scholarships where we'll talk about even discounted prices for people who wanted to learn.
Yes.
So I know it's more than 2 years.
Yes.
So for this program, are you offering the youth anything to?
Yes. We'll still have space for those who are serious, because once we give you the opportunity and we watch you are not serious, we'll ask you to leave. The space available is for those who have passion to learn the following skills: fashion, makeup, hair making, photography, baking, and catering.
Whoever does this is the trending skills right now. So anybody that learns this is actually made.
Yes, because most of the students start making money after 3 months. Because we're giving you 3 months free training, 3 full months.
Okay, one more thing before we go. Is there a particular challenge that, as a businessman, that you know it's kind of recurrent, that when it happens, you're no longer...
the challenge we have is when it comes to multiple transactions. These people comes to collect their own, this one comes to collect, this one comes to collect their own. And also the challenge we also have is in the increment of fuel. When the fuel prices goes up, customers still wants to buy that product or get that service the same amount they get in it before. So those are the challenges we have.
So is there anything you think the government can do?
A lot. The government could come partner with us to bring down the high rate of unemployment in the society. When the government partners with organizations like us and gives us a mandate, like, okay, I want your company to train 500 youths in the various skills you have. We're bringing them in by batches. By the time I train 500 youths, another organization trains 500, another trains 500. At the end of the year, we find that we've trained 5,000 quality youths who are not dependent in themselves, making money from themselves and helping the society.
All right, a quick one. You said you started this business and then you got some few items and all that. When you started this fashion, did you learn how to sew or you just...
No, I didn't learn how to sew.
So you cannot sew?
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. After all, the person who invited guitar cannot play.
I can
sew. So, how many machines did you start with?
5. I still have the picture here.
Okay. Okay, started with 5.
5 machines.
And today?
Today we're talking about over 35 machines.
Wonderful. Okay, that's good. That's good. Because people always want to know. You said you don't need to borrow.
5 machines. This picture is old, so it's not. I didn't take it today.
No, it's old. It's old.
5 machines.
All right, Mr. Kendrill, and for those of you who do not know, Kendrill is the CEO of Kendrill
Fashion and Alloying Place.
Yes, he's also the founder of a Kennedy Care Foundation, a foundation that caters for the needy and the indigent in the society, which has actually proven its worth over the years.
Yes.
And today, before we leave you, sir, what are those bad habits that young people who just venture into the business form and actually endangers their business?
One is enviness. You have someone who has been in the business before you, and it has happened to me personally. Probably you meet them online, you have an interaction with them. Oh, what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a fashion designer. Then the next thing they stop talking to you.
Why?
Yes, because you're also a fashion designer.
Okay.
But they got it wrong because you have been in the business before them. What they would have done is, how did you start? What are your challenges? What advice can you give me? I just started last year. What do you think we could do? What do you think I can do to improve my own, to come up to the standard you are? So we have that kind of enviness, a high scale of enviness among the youth against each other's career, which is very, very wrong. We all should work as a team. We all should work as a team. Once we work as a team, the sky is below the limit because we're going to pass the sky.
Just before we go, this is still City Right Television and this is Success Story. We've been talking to Mr. Kennedy Odinone, yes, and a fashion designer by excellence. Now, before we go, any final words for the viewers you have?
All right. If my final word for the viewers, especially the youth, is to work on the vision and mission they have a focus, have a force drive, and believe they will get to the end of the point. Because once you start listening to people, you get discouraged. No matter how little you have, start up something. It will increase. Once you have your plans, your business plans on, it will increase. So that is the only point I can say to them.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Nice speaking to you.
You're welcome.
Yes, this is where we'll draw the curtain on today's episode of Mike's Success Story. And today, as at Kendrill Fashion Center, we've seen the man, we've heard his story, and good thing is this, he has offered to train anyone who is willing to learn any type of skill in his center, such as makeup, fashion, photography, among others. So if you wish to be part of the lucky ones, just indicate in the comment section and then City Right Television will reach you and then it could be on your way to success. Till then, my name is Michi Aniaba and this is City Right Television, where we'll tell you the story the African way.